In this video, I'm going to show you the method I use to study for science classes. And look at me now, I'm on YouTube. I must know what I'm talking about. But seriously, I've taken dozens of college level science classes, I've taught dozens of them, and I will teach you the strategy that I used to succeed and that I encouraged my students to use. So let's meet our bestest friend and cruelest dominatrix, the calendar. In these classes, the calendar is essentially your god, except unlike real fake god, it tells you exactly when it plans to smite you and how to avoid being smited. Hold on, we're not ready yet. Before we can even look at this enticing fake calendar, we have to learn two boring and unsatisfying rules. 1, you have to start at the beginning of the semester. I am sorry if you're watching this the night before exam 2 and you're just now committing yourself to studying. No shade. Happens to the best of us, and you will do a lot better if you start now, but there is not a lot of room for error in these classes. So just like crust white strips, you have to start at the beginning and get all the way to the end, or else your teeth will still be yellow, even though you finished half, and it's like, really? You can't even lighten just a little bit? Apparently not. And 2, be ready for your semester to kind of suck. I don't have any secret tips for you here. This is essentially an elaborate executive functioning video. And the brutal truth here is that you pay for your grades with the time you dedicate to achieving those grades. If you want to succeed in these classes, you must be willing to shelf the social life and the leisurely things that bring you joy for as much time as the class demands. It's not like you have to go lock yourself in a closet for the whole semester, but you might have to wipe away everything besides 1 or 2 social events a week. Okay. Have you accepted these 2 very annoying facts? Kind of? Well, that's as good as we're gonna get because both of these facts fucking suck, so let's get on with it! All we care about is 4 dates. Exam 1, 2, and 3, and the final. This is our roadmap, and yes, this stuff is obvious, but it's still important because these dates control you. And so on day 1 of class, our first pillar is exam 1. Even though exam 1 will technically be the easiest exam in the semester, in a lot of ways exam 1 is the worst exam because you don't know the teacher's testing style or grading style. Plus, this material is brand new to you. You're going to be the least fluent in it during exam 1. So we know that by the time we walk into that room to take exam 1, that we need to know everything exam 1 covers, right? That's the goal anyway. And that means that we have from day 1 until the day before exam 1 to complete the study cycle. What's the study cycle? You didn't ask but are going to learn anyway? Well, think of it like the Macarena. The Macarena has a series of steps that must be followed in a certain order. Sure, we'd all like to put our right arm out and then have our heads behind our heads, but life doesn't work like that. We'd all love to open up our books 2 days before the exam and do fine on the test, but unless you're a genius, that's not gonna happen. And would a genius be watching me do this? Point proven. So, if we're not geniuses and we still want to pass these difficult classes, then I guess the study cycle is really the way to go. But first, let's learn the most commonly used and incorrect study cycle, the one that leads to despair. First contact. The teacher presents lecture topic in class. Study attempt 1. You look at homework and practice problems. You try, you feel lost, overwhelmed, don't know what to do. Despair, quitting, putting things off, doing things like cleaning your room because even though you haven't cleaned in weeks, it has to get done right now to avoid diving into studying. Half-assed study attempt, last-minute cram sesh, or looking up the answer key and solving the problems with the answers right there, or something else that is technically learning, like how Taco Bell is technically food and how that was technically a joke. Take the exam. Do worse than we like. This study cycle is mostly based in despair, delusion, and denial. We despair when we're studying because the material is difficult and we feel like there's no way out, and then we delude ourselves into thinking that what we're doing is good enough studying, and then we add a blanket of denial over the whole thing so we don't have to look too closely at how there was a stretch of 2 or 3 weeks there where we did essentially nothing. Also, this study cycle kind of does work when the material isn't too difficult, so we might have a lifetime of bullshitting that has worked for us, and it can be confusing and maddening when it fails us now. Okay, so that's the dysfunctional study cycle, and here's the extremely labor-intensive but extremely effective study cycle. Study attempt 1. You look at your homework and practice problems. You try, you feel lost, overwhelmed, don't know what to do. Or even if you do know what to do, you don't because it's too annoying and you don't want to spend the time doing it. Now we tell ourselves this is completely normal and we know that we can find the resources to overcome this problem. Then take a break. The next day, say to yourself, it's now time for resource building. Watch YouTube videos on the things you don't really understand. This is easy, passive, and hearing the same thing over and over again by different people will start to build your knowledge of the topic. Day 3, go back to your practice problems and notes. Really give another good attempt to figure these out. Even if you're only able to get the easiest practice problems or even just one more than you could before, this is great and you're on the right track. If you're still stuck, do more resource building. Ask a friend for help, go to a study session or office hour, read the textbook, and I mean actually read the textbook, which means reading it 3 to 4 times, line by line, extremely closely, and staring at all the practice problems and images. Go back to your practice problems and notes. If you're still stuck, more resource building. Go to office hours, hire a tutor, watch more YouTube videos, and watch the ones you've already watched again and try to do the problems along with them. Try a practice problem, get a few more right. Finally feel some confidence growing. Go to office hours, study sessions, even more YouTube videos, finally getting practice problems right, even try out some practice tests, last minute review sesh, take the exam, do great or at least good enough. So that's the cycle that pretty much guarantees you can learn any concept. And I do think about it in terms of concepts, which means you'll have to do this study cycle for maybe 3 to 12 concepts a test. Obviously you can batch them together, but having a list of the major concepts you have to learn is more useful than just thinking of it as exam 1, because inside each exam there are going to be concepts that only take you a couple of notches in the study cycle, and there are going to be concepts that you have to be focusing on improving almost every day. So now that we're familiar with the study cycle and the fact that it can sometimes take over 10 steps before we're understanding a single concept, we can see the importance of the calendar, because you have to be walking into that exam with a pretty high level of understanding on all of these concepts. And what if one or more of the concepts is really hard for you? What if it's not that you can't ever learn or understand this topic, but that you won't understand this topic unless you have 8 different practice problem sessions with it? Sure, 8 may seem like a lot, but these concepts are hard. These concepts took hundreds of people, hundreds of years to learn. Don't fault yourself for needing to watch a couple extra hours worth of YouTube videos and having it explained to you multiple times before you get it. And then there are the concepts that you get taught closer to exam time. It's pretty common to be taught some of the hardest exam topics about a week before the exam, like after the teacher has gotten through everything else and is saying, here's how everything comes together. And to have enough time to be able to learn these topics, you have to be mostly done with the rest of the concepts so that you have enough time to get them all done. So maybe your study cycle looks like this. As you can see, there is nothing for the first week. As much as the study cycle is crucial and time is of the essence, no one really ever studies during the first week of the semester or the week after an exam. This is a draconian schedule, but it's a realistic draconian schedule. And then after your first leisurely week, it becomes pretty intense. You'll have to map out exactly what topics you're responsible for and start tracking your progress on each one. And don't get me wrong, you'll still feel overwhelmed and have to cram, and the exams are always scary no matter how much studying you do. But by forcing yourself to do daily or almost daily check-ins of your progress, and by accepting that you'll have to try many times to learn these concepts, it makes it harder to enter denial land where you just completely ignore the fact that you're not studying for weeks on end. And less scary when we open the textbook and are completely overwhelmed because we're opening up the textbooks pretty early and with the knowledge that being overwhelmed is normal for step 1 and that we're going to get to step 10 if we have to. And is it worth it for you to be doing all this work and take these classes and learn this material? I don't know. But it is hard to do something this intense when you're waffling. So I'd suggest making peace with the fact that you signed up to take a course this challenging and diving in head first, even if you know it's going to be unpleasant, or making peace with the fact that you really don't want to be doing this and pick another path for your semester or even life that you don't hate. So good luck, and remember, eventually, either way, you'll be done taking tests. And that comes from someone who took a shit ton of tests and can tell you it's really fucking nice on the other end. It's nice to be done with these tests. You will get there. You will get there.